Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this lesson. We are looking at numbers. We are going to be looking at numbers, adadun, which is numbers. Adad means number. So we are going to be looking at that in this lesson, inshallah. So let me bring my annotation, my spotlight, sorry. Numbers, in Arabic, they are declinable nouns. They're actually nouns and declinable. What does it mean, fully declinable? We can say, for example, wahidatun, wahidatun, wahidatin, wahidatan. That's being declinable. They can be mansubun, they can be in majrurun case, they can be in marfu'un case. This is what it means to be declinable. So we are going to look at the numbers. The number being counted, we call it maudud. We'll explore this, inshallah. The rules for the number, the adadun, remember it's the number, and the maudud, the counted, change after every few numbers. So we are going to learn how they change in, they've got certain rules that make them change in certain way. So we are going to just look at 1 to 10 in this lesson. Let's look how we said 1 when it's mudakar and when it's mu'annath. 1 is wahidun, wahidun, wahidatun. 2, itnan, when it's masculine. Feminine, itnatan, itnatan. 3, talatat, talatun, talatun. This is 3. Talatat, talatatun. Sorry. So this is feminine, talatatun, talatun. Look at the difference. I just want you to take note of the difference here. There is ta marbut, there's ta marbuta, which makes it feminine, but only here on 2, that's where there's a bit of difference. There's no ta marbut. It's itnan and itnatan, feminine. This ta is referring to feminine. All right, talatun and talatatun, we've got ta marbut here. Arba'un, arba'atun, this is 4, 5. Hamsun, hamsatun. 6, sittun, sittatun. 7, sab'un, sab'atun. 8, tamaniyun, tamaniyu, tamaniyatun. 9, tis'un, tis'atun. And 10, ashurun, asharatun. You go through the numbers, you'd know them from your head. Let's look at the rules for the numbers 1 to 10. We've got mudhakar, mu'annath, maudud, and mudhakar, maudud. We said maudud is the counted. So both 1 and 2, they follow the same rule. The noun is the adjective. So the adad and maudud, the adad, we say the adad is the number, and the maudud follow the same rule as nat or manut. If you still remember in previous lessons, we said nat and manut are the same. They follow the same in number, they follow the same in case, they follow, everything is the same in number, in case. So this is the other way of seeing it. Ukhtun, wahidatun, they're the same. Ukhtun, this is feminine. Sister, wahidatun, this is feminine number. So they are the same. If you know the rule of nat and manut, they follow the same in number. So ahun, wahidun. This is masculine, this is masculine. So 1 and 2, they do that. Ukhtan, remember 2, أختان اثنتان أخوان اثنان. So they follow the same rule. Let's look at 3 to 10. The adad, which is the number, always comes before the mawdud. Let's look at this. Thalathatun, thalathatu, ikhwatin. They come before the mawdud. So we are saying the number thalathat, thalatu, which is the number, the adadun, and akhawatin is mawdud. And look at the number. Let's look at the number, how it is. It comes before mawdud, remember, and also is mudaf. Hence, it doesn't have alif lam. Why it doesn't have alif lam here? Because it is regarded as mudaf. And the noun that comes after mudaf is mudaf ilay. That's why we now have the mawdud, which is in tanween. It's because it's mudaf ilay. Remember, mudaf ilay, we learned about it. Mudaf ilay always carry a kasra. Kasra here, this is the sign of being mudaf ilay. And it is in majrurun, which is majrurun is kasra. So we've got this talatu, which is mudaf, and we don't have alif lam, and we have got one single sign here, a dhamma, and we have got akhwatin, which is sign of majrurun mudaf ilay. This is jam'u. And look at this, when we say the number talatu akhawatin, we now bring the plural of ukht. Remember when you say ukht, and now it's akhawatin. Why ukht? Because singular. And akhawatin, why? Because it's now jam'u. So this jam'u muannath akhawatin. And when we are counting and it's more than 3 is more than 2, it's now 3, it carries a plural, is the mawdud. The same applies here. Ahun, ikhwatin. Ahun is singular, akhawatin is plural. So ahun is singular, it carries this singular. But when we are talatatu, look at this one. It's 3 brothers. Ikhwatin, it becomes plural. The mawdud is always in plural form and mudaf ilayhi. And look at the gender. We said before that, we said 1 and 2, they carry the same number, because the rule of nat and manut, it says it carries the same number, same casing, and same gender. So this is the same gender, ahun, wahidun, same gender. All they are masculine. And look at this one, talatatu ikhwatin. Look at this, talatatu is now feminine gender. Why? Because we've got ta marbut, which says, which is a sign of the word being in feminine state. And here we've got ikhwatin. Remember, ikhwatin is not feminine, it's masculine. This is one of the rare cases where we find a noun that ends with ta marbuta being masculine. So do not confuse the two. Talatatu ikhwatin. Ikhwatin is not feminine, it's masculine. This is brothers, these are brothers and not sisters. So sisters, here we see akhawatin. Remember, with 2 plural of akhun, ikhwatin or akhwan. But now we're looking at this ikhwatin. Ikhwatin is not feminine, it's masculine. So take note of that in case you missed that one. So the gender of adad and the gender of mawdud is opposite. We have here talatu, which is masculine gender of adad, and akhawatin. Akhawatin is feminine. Why? Because these are sisters. So we cannot say akhawatin is feminine, because these are sisters, a group of sisters, 3+. And ikhwatin, these are brothers. So the gender always opposite. If we are referring to a gender which is feminine, that means we have got a masculine, as we are seeing here. Talatu is masculine and akhawatin is feminine. So the gender are always opposite. So take note of that. Let's look at the case endings for singular, dual, sound, plural. When you say the case endings, we are looking at how they end here. The last, this is what we are looking at. Marfu'un. So let's look at mufrad, muslimun, for example. If we've got Muslim, which is a noun, we do have, it ends with a dhamma, and we say this is in marfu'un case. All nouns that ends with dhamma, we say they're in marfu'un case. And the sign is dhamma. Sign is dhamma. This dhamma, the dhamma that we are seeing on top, this ending of it, this is marfu'un sign. And we call this alamatu rafi. Alamatu is a sign. It's a sign of marfu'un. So when we are referring to marfu'un, we say rafi. Alamatu rafi'in. You need to get to this, correct it, memorize it, or know this, alamatu rafi'in, because we are going to use this more in book 2. So the sign is marfu'un when it's dhamma. Let's look at muslima. Musliman. Take note of the change of the case ending. It's now fata, tanwin, fata. Musliman. And this is now mansubun. The sign is fata. When you see a fata as the case ending of any word, you know this word is in mansubun case. Alamatu nasbin. So when you are asked what is this, you say it's alamatu nasbin, which is mansubun bil fata, with a fata. So this is mudakan. Mudakan, you see, Muslimun is a Muslim man, Musliman, which is a 2, and the sign here, mansubun, and fata is sign in alamatu nasbin. So when you see Musliman, you know this is mansubun. There are various reasons for ending with Musliman. We'll learn for these details, inshallah, in book 2. Why is Musliman, why is Muslimun, and why is Muslimin. So you need to follow this course to book 2 so that we understand. You understand why it's Muslimin, why it's Musliman, why it's Muslimun. Some of the reason we've already learned in book 1, but for further details of the case ending, we are going to continue in book 2. Let's look at mutana. I'm going to go this row and this row and come here and here and so on. Musliman. This is mutanna. Musliman, mutanna. The sign for mutanna is alif. Look at this, Musliman. This alif that is coming, Musliman, meaning 2 Muslim men. This alif is the sign for duo or mutana. We say mutana, we say duo, or the sign for 2 men. And when you see alif, know this is marfu'un. It's in marfu'un case. And what is the sign here? Is alif. We mentioned that. And this is marfu'un. Let's look at the mansubun case. Muslimin. Also Muslimin. The ya, we've got a ya here, which is the alamat nasbin. It's mudhakkar, mu'annad, or mudhakkar, mu'annad, mutanna, which means there are 2 Muslim men, but this word is in mansubun case. And we said mansubun case is the carrying of, we said here when it's mansubun, we said is alamatu nasbin, and the sign is ya. And you see a ya in Muslimin, you know this word is in mansubun case, and it's referring to two male Muslims. Let's look at this one. Muslimuna. This is now plural, Muslimuna, and we now have a waw here. This is a sign for Jamu Salimun. It shows that the word that we are talking about, Muslimuna, is in plural form. And it is also marfu'un. Remember? So we can say alamat rafi, waw, Jamu Salimun. This waw is representing that the word is in Jamu Salim. It's Jamu Salim. It's in plural form. This waw is giving us this sign. And when it is in mansubun case, waw is marfu'un case, and the ya muslimin, this is the ya muslimina. This ya is giving us a sign or an indication that this word muslimina is in mansubun case. We said we are going to look why, what are the causes of mansubun case, but know that we have this word in mansubun case. Muslimina, and ya is showing us as a sign of nasbin. Let's look at majrurun. Alamatu jarin muslimin. Muslimin, this is the sign for this word being in majrurun case is kasra. The word muslimin is ending with kasra. So we say alamatu jarin, the word is in majrurun case. Muslimina, the ya, and muslimini, look at this. It's showing us this word is in majrurun case. Alamatu jarin, and the ya is the sign. We will only know why, what's the difference between mansubun case ya and majrurun case ya in the context of the word where it is used. You cannot tell by now, but in this case, it's either majrurun or it's mansubun, but you cannot tell why this word is in, you cannot tell this is majrurun or mansubun. You cannot specifically say this is majrurun or mansubun, but we can specifically say this word is either majrurun or is mansubun. We can only tell now this is majrurun or mansubun in respect to the context it is used. So take note of that. It also applies to various words we are going to see. Some of them, they carry the same as marfu'un or mansubun, but you can only distinguish using the context. Muslimina, you see the ya is just the same. Muslimina, we already seen that is mansubun and majrurun. This ya, so this ya tells us a lot about being majrurun and being mansubun. Can only distinguish this using the context. Marfu'un, alamatu rafi'in. Now we are looking at mu'annath. This is the feminine side, muslimatun. This is dhamma, muslimatun. This dhamma is showing us this is marfu'un. So dhamma is always in marfu'un case, alamatu rafi'in. And we've got muslimatan, muslimatan. Remember, alif is the sign for mutanna, marfu'un. Muslimatun is dhamma. As long as dhamma is marfu'un. We have got mansubun, alamatun nasbi, muslimatun, muslimatan. Remember, we said alamatu nasbin is fatha. Fatha, this fatha that we are seeing here, tanwin fatha, is the sign for mansubun case in mu'annath. So if you see muslimatan, know that this word is in mansubun case. We also have muslimatain. This is alif. This ya is showing us this word is in mansubun case, and also it is in mu'annath form. And look at the difference between mu'annath muslimatain and muslimin mudakar, mudakar, mutanna, and mu'annath mutanna. Is a ta that is additional. Remember muslimata and muslimatun is got a ta marbuta, so we just open the ta marbuta into ta fatha. We open the ta, you know the different tas, ta, the open ta and the closed ta. So we use the open ta here and add ya and nun to make it mansubun. Muslimatin is to muslimatin. This kasra is a sign of it being mu'annath mansubun, alamatu nasbin. So muslimatin, if you see this muslimatin, you know that this kasra is pointing us to mansubun. Let's look at majrurun. Like I said, we see muslimatin, and you also see muslimatin in majrurun as well. We can only tell the difference that this is mansubun and this is majrurun when they are used in context. So do not worry about why this is the same and this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. No, we are going to clarify this as we go on gradually in our book, and we are going to unveil the concepts a bit by bit. But know that the sign of mansubun is this kasra in jam'u mu'annath. Let's look at majrurun. We have got alamatu jarin. It's the same here. Alamatu jarin you've seen here. It mudakar and mu'annath is just the same. The difference here is muslimatin, and here we had muslimin. Muslimin, but the sign is the same. The kasra here we see. And muslimatain, the difference is the ta, because we're now dealing with the feminine muslimatun, which is the female Muslim. The ya is still a sign for majrurun. And here we've got the kasra as the sign of majrurun as well. So we are going to be looking in deeper as this is our reference chart. Whenever we make a concept, we are always going to come back here to this chart. Let's analyze this. Let's analyze this, my class. We are going to do this grammatical analysis. Yes, I think you to allow us to complete this. My school. Madrasati. So remember when you say hadihi madrasati. Hadihi madrasati. Why hadihi madrasati? Because madrasati is feminine. So we refer it using ismu ishara. This is ismu ishara likarib mu'annath. So hadihi madrasati. This is my school. And hadihi here in this case is mubtada. We remember this is a nominal sentence. This is mubtada, and madrasa is habarun. But when it is habarun, do you see that is also attached to ya? So this word madrasati is mudaf ilay. So we say this madrasat is habara wa huwa mudaf, and ya mutakalim is ya mudaf ilay. So we have got mubtada and mudaf ilay, which is a khabarun. So you need to be able to distinguish or to separate this haban mudaf ilay. Let's look at here. Kariyati, here Kariya. Oh, okay. So here, Kariba. Here Kariba mean the masjid. The masjid is near from it. So here, here is mubtada in this case. So in ism ishara can start a sentence, a nominal sentence. So here, this is a pronoun. Here, you will see ism ishara starting, and now you know using a pronoun. Here, mubtada and kariba, it's referring to near in feminine case, because why karib? Why if you put karibatun here? Because this is here being feminine, and kariba, we cannot say karibun, but we say karibatun, which is tamar buta referring to the feminine. So this is habaran, and min is jarun or majrun. This is a haruf jar. This is a particle of jar. Haruf jarun or majrurun. And this, look at this al-masjid. It changes from marfu'un, which is al-masjid, to al-masjidi. Why? Because we have got min, which is a haruf jar. So we call this this is jarin wa majrurun. So if you're asked to what is the position of masjid, or can you give us an analysis of this sentence, hiya qaribatun min masjid. So you say hiya mubtada, qariba khabarun, min is jarun or majrurun masjid. So we will learn more of the concepts as we break them further and further. Here, madrasatun kabiratun. Look at this concept. We've learned about this nat or manut. Here is the mubtada. Madrasatun is the habarun. And the habarun has got a nat, which is kabiratun. So why kabiratun? Because this is feminine. In this feminine, the concept of nat, they are same in gender, they're same in number. So take note of that. Laha talatatu abwabin. We have done numbers just now. Laha. Why laha? We have got jarun, the lam, jarun wa majrurun here, and shub jumla. Shub jumla, habar muqaddam. Why we are saying shub jumla, habar muqaddam? This is we learned previously in lesson 5, we learned about a delayed habar. So a delayed habar, or in the delayed mubtada. This is a habar. It starts here. Whenever you see a harf jar begins a sentence like fi, lam, and min, and others, you know that this is a habar, which is muqaddar. So thalathatu abwabun. Remember, we said numbers carries mudaf and mudafli, and always opposite. Look at this. Thalathatu is feminine. Abwabu is masculine, which means those. But the concept here on numbers, we always look at the singular form of abwabu. Remember, abwabun, we said abwabun is kuli jamum anat. It doesn't apply here on numbers, because abwabun is now in feminine case. If we are to describe it, we say here, but in this case, is not going to change, because remember we said when it's mu'annath, this is mudhakkar, they always carry the opposite. But here we've got the opposite being mu'annath is the adad, and here the mawdud is the is opposite feminine. So this is, it carries the singular being masculine. So take note of this. I will continue to emphasize on this point. Doesn't apply. Abwab remains masculine. Why? Because babun is masculine in singular form. So when we are dealing with numbers, we take the singular being masculine, and we don't look at the jamu. So we take the single and put here, and the opposite is the added. So here is the mubtada muakhir wa huwa mudaf. Muakhir is delayed. Is delayed. This is delayed. The mubtada here is delayed. Remember, you usually start with the mubtada and khabar, but when you start with the khabar and mubtada, it means it's now delayed mubtada. So that's why you say mubtada muakhir wa huwa mudaf, and you say number added is mudaf always, and the counted is mudaf ilay. I hope you able to follow this along. We are going to carry on in the next lesson with this grammatical analysis and the number analysis. For now, we are going to end here. Jazakallahu khairan. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.